Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ray Guitar channel, and today, guys, we have a bit of a doozy to talk about. One of my favorite YouTubers in the world, KSI. Oh no, he got into some drama, guys. But before we get into that, please like this video to get a Crush soda. Yep, an orange Crush soda. The best orange soda around. Fuck your sun kisses. Yeah, I know I gave them to you in the past, but fuck them. I say Crush soda from now on, alright? That's a rule around here, and I'm not going back on that one. Get crushed. Alright, now that we're all crushed, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the drama. So, where all of this started was with a little YouTuber in the YouTube boxing scene named Wade Concept. And he's just a commentator who talks about all of the, matchups and potential fights in the future. He made a video talking about the fight and giving a prediction that a Jake Paul versus KSI fight wouldn't sell anywhere close to the amount of Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury.
And we heard from Jake in the Impulsive podcast, he does not think that the KSI fight sells like a Tommy Fury rematch and a Floyd Mayweather fight. And I don't know that I can disagree with him right now. I don't, because they pulled some legitimately crazy numbers. And while I used to be on the train that Jake and KSI did similar numbers, I don't know that that's the case anymore.
And this hurt little old KSI's ego. Now, since I'm an honest man, I have to let y'all know, I kind of always hated KSI. Not that his content was horrible. I mean, I never really watched it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I felt like he was a more loud and obnoxious version of PewDiePie.
So hypothetically, if one of the days, if I were or us, in actuality,
No! And way less funny. And all of the Sidemen content, he always comes off as like a really arrogant brat, basically like a child.
You've been in a Rolls Royce before, Con? First time? BS. And you're in the front seat.
But you never been in a Rolls. Get your bread up, bro. Well, it's a suit, man.
Honestly, it's not me speaking. It's the suit.
And while watching those videos, I always thought, okay, he's playing it up. He's playing a character for the camera. But after all of this drama that came out, I genuinely think that this is just how this man thinks. And he is truly this, self-centered and arrogant and, elitist. Because this little video from Wade really got under his skin, to the point that he blew up on Twitter about it. And thankfully, one of the greatest commentary YouTubers, KSI, aka #1 KSI hater, documented all of this in a very easy and digestible video that I will clip up for you right now.
Well, KSI absolutely flipped his lid when he watched Wade's video. Firstly saying, man, fuck Wade. This Wade guy plays all sides, trying to please everyone. You are so fake. Oh my god, fuck you and everything you stand for, you two-faced. This man acts like he knows everything about boxing. He doesn't know shit. You're not that guy. Can't believe Sharky let this snake into my box. F off. I'm going to play for you the Twitter spaces now that actually went down where Mams Taylor went up against Wade for having an opinion.
Right, that we want to do.
In my video, I said there was a concern from Jake's team about that.
You said that was one of the reasons they didn't want to sign the contract.
They were
that was completely negated. So, you don't know what you're talking about some of the time. And also...
But I do, though.
No, you don't.
Man,
you literally
exactly
don't.
what
You don't. Yeah, but what you know is not accurate all the time. So you got to chill and stuff.
But you got my number. They were uncomfortable with the PJ.
But that wasn't in the contract, so it wasn't...
I didn't say it was... You guys said that in the contract.
One of the reasons, Jake...
I said there might be some concern over doing that fight there because of the PJ.
No, you said that's why they might not have signed the contract. They want to iron out all the little details.
No, I said that's why Jake might not want to fight in the UK. I didn't say fight in
Details like this are always going to get mixed up. I make mistakes like this too, right? Like little shit like that.
Yeah, but hold on, team. This is the thing. Now my reputation is being so... No, the thing that you guys are talking about, I don't think not knowing what I'm talking about. Wait, over semantics.
Wait, the thing that you guys are talking about, I don't think...
And what are you talking about Logan and KSI didn't sell, by the way? What is that about?
What didn't sell the numbers that I previously thought it sold?
What did it sell? What are the numbers?
Yeah, what do you think
the numbers for what I've been told were around 300,000.
Are you joking?
Yeah, right. There's no way.
The numbers I've been told
That
will
was
not be true.
That was 1.1.
Hold on a second, because you guys are mistaking total numbers for new subscribers brought into the zone. How many people were brought in new to the zone from KSI Logan 2?
I heard a lot more than 300,000 or 400,000, definitely.
That's the number that I was told.
There's a number that's out there of 200,000 for UK pay-per-views at 4 in the morning, but that's I don't know that this DAZN thing. I mean, they were really raving over. I don't know if they would have been raving over 400,000.
It wasn't the numbers. The numbers they kept were massive. Yes, but the numbers brought in was what I was told. It was around 340,000.
Let me say something. You can't really get this one opinion.
But it's not, guys. By the way, Team and Mams can tell me all this stuff. I don't need you guys to tell them fuck off or KSI this, Mams that. That's not what.
What's happened, Mams?
They both left.
Oh, okay.
I will say, right, that the numbers that you quoted were the same numbers that Logan himself quoted on Impulsive.
That's what I was
Logan
told.
himself
So
said that, so...
that's the thing. That's what I was told. So
And Wade does a good job of saying that. He says that's what I was told. He never says definitively nothing is. I never said those are hard numbers. I said those are numbers I was told.
Is there a way we can get Mams and King back or something?
Yeah, but I feel like people and King just listen. I got nothing against
King
King,
just sent me a message, so he's going to try and. He says he's been kicked, but I haven't kicked him, and I don't think MVP's around. So.
Chrissy, yeah, I didn't kick anyone. Yo, MVP, there's a button on it. There's a button on your screen. There's a button with people on it. You swipe to the right, you click remove. You'll see they're removed. No, you actually can see what Queen does too. We did. He said, Wade got me and that man Taylor kicked off the stage. And the
yeah, for the record,
what is happening? For the record, I didn't do anything. It was a tech issue.
I didn't leave the room. Mams Taylor didn't leave the room. We were sitting on stage. Come on, bro.
How is that Wade?
Yo, I'm not running this room at all. How am I getting anybody kicked out of anything?
I Chrissy's a co-host, but I didn't kick you, bro. I didn't kick you once.
No, I haven't.
Who is kicking me off this thing?
Exactly. But I'm now getting King telling people that I'm kicking people out of the room. What is happening?
It might have bugged out because you two were speakers here the whole time on my screen.
Yeah, if I was on my screen.
Okay,
First of all, I can guarantee you guys that the Logan KSI 2 fight did fucking shit ton more than what Wade quoted. I don't know who you heard it from or which person's trying to poo-poo on the success of KSI and Logan 2, but that was one of the biggest pay-per-views, and you're welcome to look at data. Even Eddie Hunt even put it on the 5th best-selling pay-per-view. So
yeah, come on, guys. That's my source. My source for this also matches the number Logan just said a couple days ago.
I don't know what Logan said, but definitely was nowhere near 300. So I don't know who you're
I'm telling you guys, the source told me the numbers that Logan confirmed 2 days ago on his own podcast.
Maybe he means part 1, or I don't know, but I know part 2 did.
No, part 1 did 1.1. I know.
Oh yeah, part 2 did more than part 1. Just so you know.
Again, Mike, and I say this in my videos. I say this is what my source told me. This is what
I don't know who your source is. What does that mean to me?
I'm just telling you.
Okay, my grandma just came back to life and said that it did 75
but
million.
I'm not in the business of giving up sources. I don't do that.
Okay, well,
I know, but wait, come on. If I was, by the way, I don't mean to do this either. Man, if I was in the business of it, I think people would know a lot more.
Wait, logically speaking, though, do you really believe that Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul, too, is going to do more numbers versus KSI?
It's his opinion, bro.
Here's the thing.
It's his opinion.
This is why I was concerned. I'm working on information on me. One, when I heard my source tell me the same numbers that Logan said about the KSI 2 fight, I'm like, wait a second. I say it in my video. I said, that was way lower than I thought. Because how many times can you get in this room and I've said, that number does, I was on True Jordy show saying that KSI and Jake did 2 million, I thought. So that was the information I was working on for a long time. Then I got this new information. So that is part of the reason, and also, in my head,
to be fair, I don't know about the new information, and
yeah,
I'll
it sounds like it came from Jake Paul, to be honest with you.
No, it didn't come. I don't talk to Jake about stuff like this. I don't speak directly to Jake about anything. I can give that 100%. Never have, ever. In fact,
I'm talking about
I speak to the guy that's saying, fuck me and whatever I stand for, like at least once a month, which is crazy. I'm never taking personal shots at JJ. I was just talking to him yesterday, and now I'm getting fuck your whole life and everything you stand for. I mean, that's pretty hard. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
That is a little bit crazy.
Well, listen, hey, wait. You gotta understand JJ's mindset, though. Like, dude, he's working for this Jake Paul fight, and he's got you out there saying, oh, Tommy Fury will do more stuff. I mean, come on, I'd be pissed, too.
But also, there's no way. Wait, how about this? How about we do a bet? If they fight each other, we do a bet now for 300 grand, me and you, okay?
I don't walk around like
however much you want to put on, we'll put on a proper bet that shit does way more than Tommy Fury, Jake. 100% guarantee that. It's just fucking, it's just...
The thing is, though, you guys act like I want this to be the case. You're like, yes, Wade wants Jake to do crazy numbers. Has anybody wanted Jake versus KSI more than me? Who's built that fight more?
Anyway, have fun on Kingpin, Wade.
There you go.
No.
Tweeted out this after his massive outburst against Wade. KSI says, to you, it's an overreaction, but to me, it's a build-up of a lot of things behind the scenes. You can have a public opinion, but don't come to me on a switch-up when you see me in person. Sorry for my outburst, but I'm human. I'm gonna get angry sometimes. In which RA replied, he said he doesn't think you outsell Jake vs. Tommy and you do this. The only one who switched up was you for having this reaction to a boxing commentator giving a boxing opinion. Regardless if your opinion is crazy, it was never remotely that deep. KSI replies to me saying, as much as we don't see eye to eye, I rate you because at least you're obvious with your hatred towards me. If you really think that one statement from him is the only reason why I'm upset, then you must not know me that well, lol. I continue by saying, well, why don't you clarify? Mam seemed pretty upset about it, and the pay-per-view numbers from the second fight you did with Logan. Doesn't seem to be much else. What are we missing? KSI says the initial hatred towards the tag team boxing that he put out publicly, but privately loved the idea. He literally just says and does what the public wants to hear, while privately trying to please everyone. I'm done with it. Be your true self publicly and privately towards me. Wade himself then replied, this isn't correct, brother. I never hated tag team boxing. Just wanted to make sure I saw it was taken seriously, saw it was safe, and had a rule set that kept it safe for all parties involved. When I saw that it was in person, I gave all credit to Mams for it. Then, Mams Taylor, who you remember in the last video, fired Wade on a live Twitter space, gave an interview to Fred saying, it wasn't over today he got fired. It's been long coming. I've been nothing but fair with Wade. People can have the wrong impression of me. I don't care, but they know JJ better than that. Obviously, there's more to it than just today's video. A lot more. The Zone didn't know anything about Wade, so I insisted he would be brought in. Wade then clapped back at KSI. I understand I ruffle some feathers and misfits in my take on things, but I don't and have never switched up on you in person or online. My opinions on a potential fight don't reflect my opinion of you as a person or a fighter. I've always respected you as both. Wade also said, my opinions around the tag team idea was never hate. I had concerns over it, safety and rule set, and I needed to see it happen. When I saw it, I gladly found out those precautions were taken. I'm not sure where JJ's getting this, but behind the scenes, I said the same thing. Jake Paul then weighs in, of course, saying such insecure clowns. Wade is quality, plays it down the middle, says things about me I don't like, but that just means he's keeping his opinion real. Now back to my vacation.
And throughout that video, there were some clips from a Twitter space that Keemstar and Wade were on, and Mams Taylor, who is actually like one of the main organizers of Misfits Boxing, and they were all talking about this drama, and towards the end of the conversation, Mams Taylor literally just says, have fun over at Kingpin, which is a competitor, so he basically just got publicly fired on this Twitter space, because he had an opinion that hurt little KSI's feelings. Oh, boy KSI. You know, he tried to take some shots at Sneeko, and I'm sorry, KSI, you can only make those jokes if you have a spinal cord to back them up, bud. But then KSI went on a podcast and continued to have a breakdown about this whole situation. Then, guys, Wade made an entire response video to KSI, so let's react to this, let's look at it, see what he has to say.
As you guys probably already know, I am making this video to respond to my character being called into question as a person and a professional. This all, at least from what you guys think, stemmed from a video I did called KSI versus Jake Paul is not happening. And in that video, I said, even though I previously had thought different, I wasn't so sure that KSI and Jake Paul would pull better pay-per-view numbers than Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. That was the tipping point for everything that came my way. All of, like I said, the personal attacks. KSI saying I was two-faced, that I was playing both sides, and even going as far as to saying, F everything you stand for, you two-faced word I can't say here. Mams Taylor publicly in front of everyone in a Twitter space and now everyone in the influencer boxing scene, just like all of this was done publicly in front of everyone, told me to go have fun on Kingpin, effectively firing me from Misfits. Now, since then, KSI and Mams Taylor have apologized for their tone, the outlash, the way in which they went about things, but the apologies themselves don't make up for the words that were said to me.
Wade is obviously allowed to have his opinion on anything. He can, you know, it's a free society. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. That's cool. But I'm okay. I'm allowed to hate on it as well. Like, yeah. I'm allowed to.
He says, I'm allowed to have my opinion on anything, but he's allowed to hate on it as well. And I know he's misspeaking there, and he means he's allowed to have his own opinion, and he's right. I've never told KSI he can't have his own opinion on the things that I say or anybody else says, because why would I do that?
The reason why I was like, he's two-faced is because behind...
You hear him again call me two-faced. So again, did the apology really mean anything if you continue to say things that aren't true?
I will say that attacking his character like that, it definitely hits hard whenever someone makes a comment or a claim like that, especially out in public, because that just creates this impression of you that anyone who hasn't met you yet will have whenever they do end up, like, talking to you. They'll then have, like, a lot more reservations and probably question if you're genuine, especially if it comes from, like, this influential of a person. You know, KSI is extremely popular. He has a retarded amount of subs. So obviously his word definitely carries a little bit more weight than other people. And if he's like throwing these weird hissy fits on Twitter, and calling you a snake without any proof, you know, he has a right to be upset about that, is what I'm saying. Also, I just don't like KSI, so I'm not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Fuck him.
Behind the scenes, he's there like, this tag team idea, brilliant, I love it. And then online, he's there like, not sure about this, don't think this is a good idea, da-da-da. I'm like, bro, you 1 minute you're saying you like it to me in private, and publicly you're saying what the public want to hear. So with...
I don't even know where he got that entire notion. Did he even watch the fucking video? Because he genuinely said, like, I think it's a good idea, I don't know how you're going to make it safe, but if you can do this right, then I think a lot of people will enjoy it. Like, I don't know. KSI is just like a delusional fucking idiot. He's having like delusions of grandeur or something. I think he might be schizophrenic. We should probably give him some lithium and heavily sedate this man, because he's going wild. He's going ape shit out there on the internet, and we need to put a stop to it, ladies and gentlemen.
None of this has happened. What I said about tag team boxing on camera is the same thing that I said behind the scenes, and I can show you guys on screen now that I have the receipts to prove it. January 28th was my tweet about tag team boxing, where I said, and I think a quote tweet of Fred's, that I needed to see it, but on the surface of it, I didn't like it. This is already a niche in the sport of boxing that a lot of guys that don't box are coming into, are learning how to box, and then on top of that, on a couple of weeks' notice, are going to learn how to tag team box, guys with no experience. In fact, when the tweet went live, B. Dave said he didn't even know what the rule set was.
But how does a tag team boxing match actually run? What are the rules like?
Well,
Mams hasn't completely explained everything to me, but I was down because I really want to fight Stromedy. And I think that me and Pineda joining forces would be sick. It'd be like a father and son boxing match, you know?
How long does the rounds last and how many rounds are there?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well,
you know, I mean, I feel like that's all very fair skepticism, because, like, if you aren't even telling your fighters the exact rule set of what they're signing up for, that's dangerous, dude. How do you know what to train for? Because you usually train specifically so your body gets used to fighting for that amount of time with that amount of breaks. How do you prepare? That sounds fucking retarded, dude. I want to watch it, but it sounds like you're gonna get someone killed.
The last time that I DM'd KSI up to that point was October 14th. And also, in person, the last time I had spoken to KSI was January 14th, 2 weeks before rumors started to circulate about tag team boxing. And then the announcement was made on the 30th, and as soon as I saw it was real, I saw they were actually doing this, I sent a text to Mams Taylor. Hey, Mams, just wanted to let you know I'm recording a video on this tag team idea. I'm going to be honest with the people. Just my opinion, but I don't like it. And I go into why, but that's all. And then Mams Taylor says, you never mentioned that to me when we spoke about it, and maybe I could tell you more about it before you do that. I guess he meant to say, so you have the full picture. Mams Taylor and I never spoke about tag team boxing, and I never once told Mams Taylor it was a brilliant idea that I loved, which is why I said in my reply, we never spoke about it. We spoke about a pro tournament that you had planned. All I heard of this was rumor until today. I'd gladly hear more about it for sure. Just doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Then he said, okay, we'll talk before you post so you get the full picture. So yes, I was open to hearing more about tag team boxing, and we did sit down and talk that night, and that was the very same night that I recorded the Breakdown podcast with Sensei and had these things to say about tag team boxing.
The reason you have to tag out is because imagine someone is faking like they're going to go tag, right? Like they step into that circle, they turn, boom, throw the right hand over, you know?
Rack 'em.
You could get some like safety issues could be a real thing here. This is why this, like, again, I told everybody involved, I need to see this before I really make a judgment on it.
So no, I didn't hate tag team boxing. I didn't like the idea of it because of the health and safety involved with the fighters. I never said I loved the idea behind the scenes. I said that I wasn't quite sure about it, and it didn't make sense to me, and I needed to see it.
Dang, man, he is coming with the receipts. Yo, he needs to protect his character. Yeah, you go, man. I know you probably would not like my content if you watched it. I don't know what kind of person you are. I haven't met you. My guess is you seem like a very nice and YouTube-friendly kind of individual. But he's killing him. Right now, he is literally crucifying KSI. KSI's dead, man. KSI, R.I.P. KSI, bro. His entire soul has left his body.
I'm in Philadelphia, and Mams Taylor hits me with the actual seeing of what tag team boxing looked like. I think it was February 13th. But he sent me some training footage that you guys have now seen live of Derek Chisora, Idris Virgo, and others training the tag team boxing. And once I watched it and saw how smooth and how it looked like it could be better protected, I said, wow, this looks smoother than I thought and can work with the right rules defined. Then I doubled down on the newfound understanding I had of that video after I saw it on the 13th with a public video on the 19th, once again proving the things I say in private, I absolutely say in public. All right, there's the tag. Referee steps in and they reset. Pretty smooth transition. I'm not mad at that at all. The guy's working here, working. Goes southpaw, boom, boom. And he goes into his corner, and a referee immediately steps in. So again, I assume, and there's another back slap tag. God dang it. If we're going to be pro wrestling, let's just at least follow that rule set. The variety that you get with Misfits is something I think is pretty dope. It isn't just one steady thing. There's a lot of different things you can latch onto and say, that's why I watch Misfits. That is why I watch influencer boxing. I'm not too mad at that. I just want to make sure it's done right. Where I complimented the idea of tag team boxing because now I had seen it and I was showing people how it could possibly operate if done safely. So, KSI, you flat out lied here. And I can't believe you have because you had no reason to. JJ, you either lied or you're getting your information from people you may want to start to look a little closer at because I don't know what you're saying here, but it's flat out untrue.
Damn, put that man on a stretcher. Oh, get him in the ICU. Ooh. Man needs to go to the OR right now. Operating room. Get him opened up. Replace all his organs because he is dead. He's having total organ failure right now, guys. He is shredded. He's completely destroyed. What does KSI stand for? Knowledge, strength, and integrity? Where's the integrity there, KSI? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, dude? Look at his little face. Look at his fucking face, his bald ass head. What the fuck? What the fuck? You guys actually look up to this fuck? But in all seriousness, KSI, you got schmacked. Wade absolutely decimated you. Sorry. Destruction.
And online, he's there like, not sure about this. Don't think this is a good idea. Da-da-da. I'm like, bro, you 1 minute you're saying you like it to me in private, and...
Yo, was Wade crying? Dang. R.I.P. Wade. R.I.P. Wade's feelings.
Publicly, you're saying what the public want to hear. So with Wade, he just wants to constantly...
be on everyone's good side, as a journalist would.
Yeah, he's got to play the game. That is his.
So, no, I don't just want to be on everyone's good side. I don't just say what the public wants to hear. JJ, you should know better than anyone that I don't do that. When the first time we met, I made sure on the record, right in front of you, when Alex Wasabi pulled out of that fight, while I was in Clapham, and I got all the news, and I came to you and I already knew the right information. And to you, just like I had on Twitter when people attacked me for saying Alex Wasabi had a factual concussion and could not fight on 2 to 3 weeks notice and should not fight with a recent concussion on 2 to 3 weeks notice, I said the same thing to you in front of you in our interview.
I think Swarms is a better fighter than Alex Wasabi.
Really?
Yes, because at least he can get into the ring.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what about Alex? Where's Alex?
Yeah,
couldn't even make it into the ring. So
listen, you know, obviously Alex is got the concussion issues. We want to make sure that we are sensitive to that.
I mean, no.
It is what it is, right? We move on.
I mean, Jake Paul's clowning on him.
I did see that.
Jake Paul's clowning on Alex, even though that's his guy.
It's his representative. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's a commentator, not a journalist. The whole point of commentary is to have an opinion. You're not really just talking about it to just talk about it and be completely unbiased. You don't have to have an opinion on everything that you talk about, but, like, that's definitely one of the key things. At the end of the day, guys, what can I say? You know, try and stay humble. Obviously, that is a hard thing for a lot of people to do. Can't relate. That was ironic. That was a joke. But in all seriousness, guys, yeah, that is a big old L for KSI. Other than all that, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to help out the channel a little bit extra, you can always share the video. You don't have to. I don't care. Gay retard out.